lights down low and watch all the vampires in silhouette. I run for the hills and try to keep my head. There's still a chance we can make it. Yeah, hold on, hope. It's what I'm saying, but the words don't come out right. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. I try not to listen, but I can't turn it off. I'm floating around like a lost astronaut. I try not to listen, but I can't turn it off. I'm coming in hot, baby, ready to go. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Monday night. And tonight's Para-Prob podcast co-host.
Oh.
Hello.
My apologies.
Well, I mean, it's fair. I have technical problems on your show, so it makes sense.
Yeah, well,
So
I had the phone right in front of me, and I forgot to turn down the volume. My apologies.
Been there, done that. So for those of you who don't know who my co-host is, where have you been? Seriously, like, where have you been? This is none other than Bryan Jon Laverty, aka Mister, as we know him and love
Notice
him.
that you put that in there. What the hell?
I think Peter would be upset if I didn't. But
God.
But Bryan has done some really amazing things in this field. And honestly, tonight's topic is about starting out in the field. So who better than to have my brother here, Bryan Jon Laverty, on? So welcome.
Well, this is the first time I'm a co-host. I've never been a co-host before.
It's a weird
I'm
feeling.
excited. So does that mean I do less talking? You do more of it?
I don't know. I don't script these things out.
I'd fucking love
Hold
that,
on, let me look at my notes and see if it's in there from Through the Lens. I think I wrote that down.
That was so funny yesterday. It really was. To surprise Lex like that. Yeah, I really think he thought it was Raymond.
I think he did too. I really did, and I couldn't resist, and just the look of just shit.
It was priceless. It was priceless. It was really priceless. Like, honestly.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. And for those of you who don't know, as we just said, Brian and Lex have this show called Through the Lens with Brian and Lex every Sunday, and it's always a good time.
Hey,
Always a good time. And oh,
There's Sarah.
there's squeakers. James from Hammertown Paranormal. I'm going backwards on the comments. This is weird.
Yeah,
What's up,
and
brother?
I
How
will
you doing?
say,
Mhm.
I had a call on Friday night from an old friend of mine
Mhm.
I've known since high school. So we're
I love
talking
that.
like a long time ago,
Mhm.
a very long time ago. Anyways, he was telling he's into renovations.
Okay.
That's what he does, and
Mhm.
he's very, very good at it. And um, he's doing a renovation on a inn about an hour and a half from me,
No
and
kidding.
it's haunted. So he showed the owner my stuff on Paraflix
Mhm.
and some stuff on YouTube, and she goes, "Is there any way he will come up here and investigate to find out what's going on here?"
Heck yeah.
So he called me and he said, "I got a place for you to investigate." He doesn't like what I do, to be honest. He doesn't like it. And what I mean by that, he doesn't like all those kind of paranormal stuff. He believes in it. He just doesn't want to be around it, which is fair.
Sounds like another mutual friend of ours.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. Me and I've asked James if he wants to come with me
Heck yeah.
to investigate, and I thought that would be a great opportunity for him. So we're going to be doing an inn. It's about an hour and a half from here. Now, long story short, from what I've been told, it's on the water.
Mhm.
This inn, well, it's not literally on the water, but it's
I get it.
beside the water.
I get it.
So I guess many years ago, a guy drowned.
Hmm.
He was brought back, or something along that lines. He was brought back. He was taken into the inn, and he ended up dying. And supposedly that's who's there. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. And the first thing I wanted to do the next day, I believe I called him on Saturday, and I
Mhm.
said, "Do you want to do this?" He goes, "Yeah."
Well, James, I'll tell you what. If you don't, I will. Because that sounds
Yeah,
like a lot of
exactly.
fun.
And this is what I like to do, right? I like to bring out other private investigators. Where am I going with that? Other paranormal investigators. I like to
Mhm.
bring them out with me, and it's a good opportunity for him as well. Only because of the fact that will go up on Paraflix, and
Yeah.
that will get him some recognition
Absolutely.
on his group, and that's why I love doing it.
Yeah. Honestly, Hammertown Paranormal. If you guys haven't, go check them out. But James, it's been a minute since James has been on my show, and I got to get him back on. So,
He's he's a really,
but
really super nice guy. I like James. He's really good. He's good people.
hey, Rochelle. Absolutely. The whole family is. The whole
But
family
what I
is.
think it's funny though
Up,
is
Dina.
because I told him about this, and he knows that it's going to be a little bit of a distance for him. So for me, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. For him, it's going to be about 3 hours because he's an hour from me.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny when he said, "Well, I'm gonna have to speak to my wife." About
Well, you know what, James, and yes, I'm bringing up old wounds, but you should just tell her you're going for Sonic like you did on my show. But you didn't tell me. Did I ever tell you
Can you
about
hear
that
that?
story?
Can you hear that? Can you hear that banging? There's fireworks going up.
I thought I heard something. I wasn't
It's
sure.
fireworks.
Cool.
Anthony's in the room.
I saw that.
Anthony just recently joined Parapost Network.
Congratulations. You will not regret it. You will not
And we do a
regret it.
live interaction. You know what, Sarah? I will see. I will see what I can do for sure.
Hmm.
I'd rather concentrate on the investigation because if it is going on Paraflix, I got to concentrate on the camera. I'm going to try to bring somebody up with me to film one of the cameras. And I know James has like 3 or 4 cameras, so we'll probably have all kinds of different places. Now, what's interesting about this place too, it's under renovations right now because we all know when it's under renovations, anything that has to do with the paranormal, it stirs it up. So,
100%.
and that's what I think is going on in my home right now.
Possible.
We're doing the renovation for the floor, and for some reason, it's been happening all week. The TV keeps on turning on.
You know what? I think I remember you saying that yesterday on
Yeah.
Through the Lens. Yeah.
It turned on like 10 times yesterday.
Well, between your TV and then your microphone when we were talking, and then
That's what I said. Like, what the
I mean,
hell?
that's just. What's up, Facebook user? You know, that's a loyal fan right here, Facebook user. Always popping in on every show.
Yeah. I don't see them because I got two separate pages open here. I was trying to see if they're there. Oh, Daniel's in the room. Hi, Daniel. That's Daniel's in the room. Daniel's in the room. Big time follower. He normally retweets my stuff on Twitter, obviously, and anytime we have a show or something like that, he's always retweeting it out, and he's a huge supporter of everyone. He's like Raymond.
Oh wow,
exactly like Raymond.
Heck yeah,
There he is.
So I love Daniel. Daniel's
This
a great guy.
This is Daniel, I'm assuming.
That's correct.
Welcome, Daniel. Welcome.
Speaking of actually Twitter, before we get into what I want to talk about real quick, before we get into our topic, I have to call myself out from yesterday with Lex behind the scenes after the show. Lex asked me flat out, he goes, "So what's your Twitter handle?" And I just went, I was like, I really don't know. I was like, I don't ever use it. And
Two and two.
Out I have
two and two.
I was following two, and there was two. So I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be using this, or I don't.
Oh, Vegas Paranormal's in the room.
I saw that. Hello.
Very nice to meet you. I've never seen Vegas Paranormal.
And
Anthony, to be perfectly honest, once you get the real hang of it, it's like riding a bike. It's very, very simple.
If I can do it, you can do it. I'll just put it that way, brother. Oh, it's David. What's up, David? How you doing? David Hope from Hope Paranormal.
Yeah. Hi, David. Great show the other night you guys did on Friday. That was an for a person that's never done a podcast before. He did a great job. It was a good show. Congratulations. Congratulations on your first podcast, buddy. That was awesome.
He freaking nailed it. Freaking nailed it. So, speaking of investigation, we, as most of you know by now, Parapost and Paralinks have partnered up and are doing some freaking amazing things. Let's be honest. They're doing amazing things.
Yeah. And you know what the great thing about that is that me and Steven had a talk today, and the insights, the views, the engagements, the likes, I believe even on Paralinks 1, I think it's up. Can't recall what it was. I think it was over 200. And Parapost is the same. We're just like, Steven's blown away. I'm blown away on how well this is going. Everything is growing. Paralinks is getting a lot of new followers from this page over to their page. We're getting followers from that page over to this page, and it's just growing. And you know what? At the end of the day, and the first thing I think about with all this happening is all the shows that are on the platforms are going to skyrocket as well.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And I'm telling you right now, it is such a beautiful thing. And I want to give a special shout out to this young lady right here, Courtney.
Yes.
Courtney is freaking on it. As soon as a show comes on, whether it's on Paralinks, wherever, she's sharing it. Yeah. And it is just absolutely phenomenal. It is amazing. So, Courtney, thank you so much.
I did send her a request. I did send her a request for Parapost Network. Because I don't think she was following it, but I did send out a request for Parapost Network earlier tonight.
That's awesome.
But no, you know what? Me and Steven are really, hey, look, it's butter chicken. Me and Steven are really, really ecstatic on how it's going so far, and you know, it's only going to get better.
Oh yeah,
and with some new shows coming out, it's just going to grow, and I'm one of the yep. I saw that today, and it's just going to get better and better and better, and I think we're going to take over a little bit. when it comes to the networks, to be honest. Yeah.
Just a little.
So,
What's up, Joe? How you doing tonight, brother? So moving on about different things. As most of you know, I've been with Global Ghost Hunt for almost since the absolute beginning. And hey, Christy.
a fellow
Christy,
Canadian.
Yep, Christy and Doug Curtis from Paratime Investigations. Love these
Okay.
two. They are absolutely amazing people.
Oh, here we go.
Listen, I'm trying to talk here. Listen. By the way, Steven sent me the picture, Chrissy. I'm not gonna share that one. I'll save that for Petri dish. But anyway, so as most of you know, I've been involved with Global Ghost Hunt for a long time now, and absolutely love it. But Brian, we got a new video.
Yeah.
We have two. We have two new videos actually. Do you want to go into a little detail about the one that was from our wonderful spokesperson, or do you want to wait on that one?
Or are you showing that one?
No, I'm showing the other one, the one you sent me. I don't.
Oh, okay. The one that now they're if well, I guess a lot of people don't know, or some people might know, or most of you might know. Barry Fitzgerald from Ghost Hunters International. He is our spokesperson and coordinator for the Global Ghost Hunt, and he put together a video that is absolutely incredible. It's on the website right now. Now, I will let people know there is a little bit of a faux pas in that video. It's being changed, but that's what the video is. So basically, what he's introducing himself, and he's also talking about the Global Ghost Hunt. He also talks about the top 5 pieces of equipment in the field that you should have, or if you want. There's one thing in there that most people would not be able to afford, but no, it's really good. And also at the end of the video, or towards the end of the video, the great debate. He talks about orbs, and it was just wonderfully put together. I ended up having to redo it myself, and that will hopefully go up sometime this week. And it's just a great video, and it was honestly, it was Barry's idea, but we talked about on what we were going to do with the video on the website. Now, the great thing is there is a link underneath, and if you are interested in buying his book on Amazon, and it's a great book, and you might want to check that out. I'm not sure if there's an download version, or you just have to order it through Amazon, but the link is pointing towards Amazon. So it's great. The video's great. What he did is great, and to have Barry Fitzgerald as a spokesperson for the Global Ghost Hunt is amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Now, we have another video that I actually have right here that Brian was gracious enough to send out to all of us. This is our new, I guess you can call it a promotional video for the Global Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
And it's one of many that are going to be coming out of different admin investigating. And they're the ending is my favorite. It is my absolute favorite, and we'll show you why. So, Brian, with your permission, we'll get it going.
You don't need my permission. You're the consultant for the Global Ghost Hunt. I'm sure you can make that decision on your own.
I don't
know,
but
but seriously, this video was put together to kind of showcase investigations, and myself and Lex are in it. Some other people in it. You're going to see what it is. But me and Dom from Multimedia put it together, and it's something that I wanted to do, and I'm going to continue doing for other people within the administration staff, and even people that join. If they have some clips, they can send them to me, and we'll put them in this video. So people that are actually signing up for the Global Ghost Hunt, if you have an amazing clip that you want to send to me, we'll put it in the video, and we're going to be showcasing you. We're going to be showing it. We're going to be putting it everywhere. And so people can see what they're going to expect when it actually comes to the actual event. So, but there's more videos coming out over the next couple of weeks. People are going to see what those are. It's an idea that I thought of that I thought was pretty cool. And It's going to be all the administration staff, and you're going to see what that video is going to be about, and or those videos, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I come back to the Global Ghost Hunt, as anybody that's involved is going to get showcased, and it doesn't matter who you are.
Yep. So again, guys, if you are interested in joining, go to globalghosthunt.com, and I would highly suggest doing it sooner than later, because there are limited spots available. So without further ado, here is the new promotional video from Global Ghost Hunt.
That you were buried somewhere else and you came here to get buried here? Are you two together?
Gordon, we have some friends that stop by. Can you say hello to them? We were telling them how good has come through.
Do you remember my name?
Gordon's here.
You're talking about him? He's going to go. C'est Gabriel.
I guess I got what?
Gabriel! Gabriel, are you here with us? Can you move from the machine, please? Recule de la machine, s'il te plaît. Can you move from the machine, please? Stop making the lights go. 2 seconds. Back up. Thank you. Can you do it again to prove us it's you?
Oh, that was so nice.
Thank you. Again.
Absolutely love it. The videos just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
Absolutely getting better and better.
And I want to point out that at the end of that video where you saw Global Ghost Hunt, AJ was doing a spirit box in his garage, and he happened to mention Global Ghost Hunt, and then literally seconds later it said Global Ghost Hunt, and obviously we put it on repeat. But no, that was an absolute incredible capture. The capture with Lex, the capture with Patty, and the evidence that Dom was getting. And there's some big things coming up for Dom too. 13 Spirits. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can say anything. I shouldn't really say anything. But Dom is going to, and Dom, if I said this and I shouldn't have, you can give me shit.
I'll delete it.
Dom has just been selected to appear in a documentary for the Paranormal in Montreal.
Heck yeah. Congratulations, Dom. Well deserved.
Yeah, and he's really, really super excited about that. And he was blown away when they contacted him. Now, a lot of people might not use or know this, but Dom is actually he does haunted tours in Montreal
Hmm,
2 or 3 times a month, and
no kidding.
Dom knows his stuff, man. And, like he's not only a great person and a great friend, but he knows his stuff when it comes to the paranormal. And he's also and a lot of people don't know this, but he's also a medium as well.
I think I knew that. I just
Yeah,
didn't know about the whole tour thing. But that's cool. That is really cool.
yeah,
I'm really happy. I mean,
yeah,
the growth with Paralinks, Parapost, and everybody has just been,
yeah.
community wide, and I love it.
And
I,
that's why, like, with Dom being so in touch with the global ghost hunt, or being part of it and being part of all these groups in here, he's getting out there, and he's hopefully this documentary will lead to other things for him. But he's a guy that definitely deserves it for sure. He's an amazing person, and he's an amazing friend. So
100%,
yeah.
100%. So tonight's topic. Now, yeah, we're a half hour in. We're getting on tonight's topic. Now, for those of you who don't know my show, you get the gist of it. But we are actually going to talk about starting out in the field. I personally, I don't know about you, Brian, but I've had a lot of people come to me and say, "Well, how do I get started? How do I get involved? Where do I begin?" And actually, one second. Here we go.
Anywhere on Facebook, just type in 13 Spirits Paranormal, you'll find him. He's everywhere. He's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, he's even on TikTok, and it will be under 13 Spirits Paranormal.
I personally don't.
You know what? I should point something else out too with that video that you just showed.
Mhm.
We also have a French version as well.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people out in Quebec and Montreal that are planning to join the global ghost hunt, and they don't speak a word of English. So me and Dom thought it'd be really, really nice touch if we did a video in French as well.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But we were talking about. I get asked this all the time. How do I start out in the field? Where do I begin? I'm gonna actually let you, Brian, if start this one, brother. So if someone came to you and said, "I'm interested in the field. I like it. I just don't know where to start." What's your advice to them?
Well, honestly, like I've had this question a number of times, and I've had people reach out because they were unclear or unsure how to start. My biggest thing about that is what is it you're trying to accomplish? What is
Yes.
it that you want to do? Are you just going out there just to hunt? Are you going out there for scientific reasons? Are you going out there for the answers? Once you determine that, then you can really decide on where you want to take your team, or if you're solo. I would never suggest solo, but if you are solo at the beginning, you really, really need to figure that out first. And then the next thing is, what are the locations you want to do? Are you looking to do residential? Are you looking to do abandoned? Are you looking to do businesses that are still open? Or are you looking just to do all of them? I think you really have to determine what your goal is at the beginning. That's kind of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's done well. But you really, really have to have a plan before you start, and understand. And you know what? This might sound dumb, but start watching some videos. Start watching videos of other investigators. And now you got to be careful with this, because you want to watch videos that are from real paranormal investigators. If you go on YouTube and you see somebody that has 4 million subscribers, it's more than likely that they're faking their evidence. And I
High
was
probability.
and I was very, very disappointed, because there was one guy there was one group that I really, really liked.
Mm-hmm.
And then I obviously found out that he was faking his stuff. That's Mindseed. I liked some of his stuff. It was really good. And then obviously I got all disappointed when I found out his stuff was fake. If you're going to a channel that have 300 subscribers, I guarantee they're real investigators because
just
for
starting
some,
out.
yeah, or just because I find there's a lot of real investigators on there that are not hitting the 1,000. They're staying between 1 and 1,000 for whatever reason. They're not growing. Now I'm not saying that's to everyone, because there are some on there that I know one who has 47,000 and he's a real investigator. So I think the biggest thing when you're starting out is to have a plan. That would be my advice.
100%. And
Yep.
I want to actually switch it a little bit on. I your advice absolutely solid. I agree 120%. The only difference for me is the order, because a lot of people, when you ask them first, well, what kind of goal do you have? A lot of them don't know how to answer that. They find themselves saying, well, what do you mean? What do you mean a goal? I want to look for dead people.
Yeah.
I like me, when I first decided I was going to do this, I watched the videos. Now, back then there was no YouTube, as I mean, yes, people, I'm older than YouTube. Shut up. But yes, kids, there are people alive older than the internet. It happens. But I actually started watching Ghost Hunters.
Okay.
And the first four seasons is the main ones I focused on, because once that fifth season hit, nothing against Taps, I think I have the utmost respect for him. That fifth season, you could tell the difference. You could tell it went from informative to entertainment, and that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, you're right. And to be perfectly honest, one of the reasons why I got turned off with Ghost Hunters, they were on A&E, they were on the Travel Channel, they were on Sci-Fi, they were going everywhere, and you just couldn't keep up. But I get what you're saying about you would do it the opposite, but I think whatever works for you is the way you should be doing it. The way I started was wanting to know, well, obviously I was watching videos and stuff like that, and then I got into okay, if I want to do this, and I've always had a passion for the paranormal field ever since I was a child, but I watched a lot of videos, but when it came down to it and I decided that I wanted to do it because I was going out with local groups, I wanted to do it on my own, that's when I came up with the plan. And I think either way, the way you do it, whatever, it's got to work for you. And if you've been watching videos for a long time and it's something that you want to do, then have a plan. Know what you want to do and what your intentions are. Because sometimes I've watched videos in the past where it's a complete mess. It's a complete mess. The video is a complete mess. They're unclear what they're trying to do. They're not sure what to say. There's a lot of awkward silence in a lot of the videos, and even on top of that, the videos too. You kind of have to have a plan when it comes to your videos. If you plan to have shooting out videos, how do you want these videos to look? We can all go out and do paranormal investigations, but if your whole plan is to put these videos up on social media, you have to have a plan on how you're going to edit them. What is your storyline of putting these videos out there? Are you going to have a big intro, or are you going to have a small intro? You're going to show the captures, or you're going to do replays. There's so much that you need to do. It seems like I'm saying a lot, but really at the end of the day, it's not. But the plan is important on how you want to approach all of it. So
no, 100%.
Yeah, I learned from books too, because so, but to be perfectly honest, when it comes to Canada, and James knows this, when we didn't have the internet, there weren't a lot of books on the paranormal.
No,
there just weren't.
No. Now, see, here's the other thing. Like, when you were starting out, even if you are just an enthusiast, you want to get involved in the field, I highly suggest going to, and yes, I'm shameless plug, don't care. Go
Okay.
to Parapost. Seriously, go to Parapost, not Parapost Network Central, mind you. Go to parapost.net or the apps, because both are completely free, and find a team in your area. Start networking. Join up with with that team or teams. Join up with anybody, and start asking questions, networking. Because here's the thing, you don't want to go out into the field, like Brian said, by yourself, and you don't want to take people who have never been out in the field before, because a lot can go wrong very quickly.
Mm.
And you have to think worst case scenario, because the number one lesson that I tell everybody in the paranormal is, with our field, anything is possible. Anything. And you have to have that mindset. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can make things very bad very quickly. I'm not saying that it's just all, oh shit, this is dangerous. No, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Otherwise, a lot of us wouldn't be doing this. But you have to know and be confident in yourself and the people you're with.
Yeah.
And if nobody knows what they're doing, you're gonna have some issues.
Yeah. And and I'm glad you said that, because there's I've gone through quite a few people in my time of doing
Oh, yeah.
investigations, and you see, this is the type of thing where if you're going out with somebody or you're meeting up with somebody or something like that, there's got to be a trust there. Because I'll give you an example. I started going out with somebody that I thought I could trust, and she ended up doing something in a video that destroyed that trust. She tried to fake evidence, and I will not have anything to do with that. And I told her right from the beginning that if you plan to do that, this is not going to work. Unfortunately, she didn't. I was turned around the other way. Like, I thought I heard something. I turned around and she threw a rock against the wall to make it seem like a spirit threw it. I missed that. My editor at the time that was doing the videos at that time caught it. And that was the end of that relationship when it came out to doing investigations. So you really have to trust. You really have to sit down and talk with the person that you're going out with. If this is somebody new, make sure that you're both are on the same page, what your goals are, what your intentions are, what you plan to do, where you plan to investigate, what you plan to investigate, all those things. They're all major factors when you're going out for the first time with someone.
100%. And I want to bring up a couple of comments here. The first one's Courtney's. If you're not ready to go to a location for whatever reason, it's okay to say no or pass it up. The other thing is too, guys, is you can sit there and plan and plan and plan. And I don't know if you've had this, brother, but I've actually planned investigations out. Unlike my shows, folks, I do plan out investigations. But I've gone to the location, arrived, ready to go, everything fresh, batteries, let's get ready to roll. And I'm like, no, not tonight. Something doesn't feel right. And I've left. If any type of hesitation like that, folks, I would highly suggest backing off the property. Like if it's a cemetery, go across the street, go down the road, go for a quick drive, and then come back. And if that feeling is still there, something is telling you to stay away. Something is not right. You're not ready for that location. I'm not saying you're doubting, your abilities. It's just something isn't lining up right. And I think we have all been there. And it's okay. It is completely okay to just say, you know what? Let's find somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else. Let's do something else.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And just earlier in the show when I was talking about Barry Fitzgerald's video that is up on Global Ghost Hunt website, he actually has what we put in the video. It's the top 5 pieces of equipment. In that top 5, one of them is the body, yourself. You have to trust your instincts. You have to trust your gut. And if something is telling you not to go into that location, listen to it, because it's telling you for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah, so I completely agree with that for sure.
And here's another thing, guys. Is speaking of networking and reaching out to people with experience, here's a guy right here. If you guys don't know who this is, you definitely don't watch my show. But this is actually Tanner from Ghost Hunter Advice. He has a brand new
Yep.
podcast. If you have any questions, don't even, obviously you're welcome on this show, but his is a lot more interactive. His, you can actually come up, you can chat. Great show, very knowledgeable.
Thursday nights at 9:00 on Parapost Network Central.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had a lot of bridges burnt myself.
Yeah. And I didn't realize Ron was from Chatham.
Mhm.
Which is
Well,
about,
I think he just moved. No, he's moved from Chatham. He
oh,
just
you're
moved.
out of Chatham. Oh, I misread that.
Yeah. Him and Leslie just moved. They're with RRLC Paranormal, another great Canadian team. Absolutely amazing. It's literally the family.
He was from Brantford, which is about. Well, I live in downtown Toronto, so that's about it's about an hour and a bit drive from me. So
Mhm. And Chrissy's calling me out. Yeah, that's usually when I roll to a location, especially the battleship, I'm out of the car before it's even in park.
yeah, well, I'm out
But
of the sunroof going, "We're here."
there's and by the way, this is an NC-17 show, so shut the fuck up. But you know that meme where the bitches at? I roll up going, "Where the dead people at? Come here. Get your ass over here, boy. Come here."
We're here. Yeah.
Let's go.
It reminds me of a Jim Carrey movie. I think it was Jim Carrey movie when he's out of the sunroof going, "We're here."
I don't know why, but as soon as you said Jim Carrey, I thought it was a cable guy.
Yeah,
I could just see
terrible
me.
movie. A terrible movie.
Yeah, I was thinking of the hallway scene where he's banging up against the door, just staring in through the peephole.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I have a feeling that's what spirits see with like people like me, just knocking on the door. Get your ass out here. Come here. But
so he is in Chatham. So he moved from
Oh, he is.
Brantford to Chatham.
oh, well, then I misread that. Okay.
Okay,
I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
I can't.
Chatham
read. There's
is,
no
I
pictures.
believe, Chatham from here is about 3.5 hours or 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. So I didn't
Squeakers-
realize people moved to Chatham voluntarily.
I was waiting for it.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, that's James. That's James. I thought it was.
Wait.
I thought it was Ron.
Wait,
It's
James said
James
that?
that said that.
Oh, I thought it was Ron too.
We're getting all confused here.
Wouldn't be in my show, but anyway.
Oh, he moved for work. That's why.
Oh, okay. So Squeakers has one from a friend. What is the point of a paranormal investigation? That's actually a really good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that one.
It's an interesting question.
Me,
You want to answer that first, or
if I dare. Oh, fuck it. To me personally, it's to find answers. In one way, shape, or form, it's to find answers. It's literally
Ditto.
investigation. There's multiple names, and I know we've heard Brian say, hunter. You can go hunting or investigating. There's two different types. You can be a ghost hunter, which is basically just you're going out for fun, going out, getting the experience, having a great time, whatever. And then there's an investigator, and an investigator is exactly that. You are investigating. You're more centered, grounded, and you're trying to find answers, and you're trying to help not only the spirits, but your clientele as well. And to me, if you go to a residential and you're trying to help a family out, you're an investigator. You're not a ghost hunter. You have to have that mentality. And that's, again, where the goals come in. What are you trying to do?
Yep.
If an investigation is exactly what it. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. It's basically putting together a puzzle. Figuring out the who's, what, whys.
I put them in 3 different categories. My categories are the hunter, the one that finds the answers, and the scientific. I put them in those 3 different categories, and I'm definitely the middle one. I'm the one that's looking for the answers. We have some friends. There's Shane Freak. Oh, sorry, Shane Feek, not Freak. Feek. He's
Well,
a
now.
co-host. He's a co-host on the Jay Hill Show.
Yes.
He's a scientific guy,
Okay.
and he's about the numbers.
That's fair.
Yeah, which is great, and that's what works for him. You know, I know hunters. I know people that are just out there to find the spirits, and that's all they're not looking for the answers. I noticed somebody put in there about passing them on. He's not there. Those people aren't in it for that. They're just out there looking for the evidence. That's it. They're not looking for answers. They don't care about the numbers. That's all. And that works for them. That works for them. But I'm definitely the type of investigator that if I'm asking a question, I'm hoping I'm going to get that answer back. And then that will lead to more answers or more questions.
Yep.
And for example, I always use this example. There's a place here in the Ontario, and I'm sure James knows it. I'm sure he's been there, and that is the Streaming Tunnel.
I've heard of that.
There were 3 different stories to this place, and all possible stories that could be true. But there's one story about this place that the mother and the father were going through a nasty divorce. The father set the house on fire. Unfortunately, his daughter was still in the house. She ran down to the tunnel and ended up dying. While the investigation I did, and I was on the SB7, I said, "Did you die here?" And it said yes. And then right after that, it said, "Burnt from home."
See,
so that was
coincidence.
the answer that I was looking for. You know, and to get the actual real story of this tunnel. And it was great. It was great.
So Bill had a question. I just lost my spot. You guys are killing it in this chat. I love it. Here it is. So Bill is asking, if you go to a cemetery at night, do you have to get permission from someone so you don't get arrested? Brian, go ahead.
Well, I know here in Canada, I've been to several different graveyards, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not a big fan of graveyards. My theory is, or my opinion is, if you die, why are you going to hang out in the graveyard? Those are my thoughts. Now, obviously, I've seen videos, I've seen TV shows where they've actually captured evidence. For me personally, I don't prefer it, but graveyards. It depends on the graveyard. Because there is a graveyard not too far from me. It's called the Mount Pleasant Graveyard, or it's called Mount Pleasant, and supposedly it's on the top 10, or it's on the list, not top 10, but it is on the list for most haunted cemeteries. I know there's one in Montreal as well, and it really depends on the cemetery, because I've been in several cemeteries and I haven't had an issue. Now, the one at Mount Pleasant, it's gated. So if you jump that fence, and they have security, so I'm assuming they don't want people to go in there. And unfortunately, it's right downtown Toronto. So I guess their biggest problem would probably be homeless. Be going into those graveyards and Mount Pleasant. There you go. And that would be the biggest problem. Homeless hanging out in the graveyards, or even kids going in there and knocking over the headstones always seems to be an issue too. But I have not had a problem here in Canada when it comes to cemeteries.
See, for me, like, I've investigated West Coast and out in San Diego, and here even in the East Coast and PA. Me personally, I always check. I mean, obviously, if you're going to a new place, go check it out during the day, so you know any dangers or obstructions, stuff like that. But I also look for hours. If you see that it says cemetery is open until dusk or dawn to dusk, whatever, respect it. Especially just starting out, respect those rules.
Go during the day. You can still catch stuff during the day if you wanted to go out and try it. Most you'll probably get is, "What are you doing?" And I usually just say, "Looking for dead people."
Is that Facebook user Dom?
No idea. It
Dom, is
might
that
be.
you that said that one? Because next to
Sounds like
Brian's
it would be.
Hotel when I was in Montreal. Yeah, sorry for cutting you off there.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm assuming it is. But yeah, I always look for number one, obviously, like I said, the hours. Check the
Mm.
hours. The other thing is, yeah, it is. It's Dom.
Yes, it's me.
Incognito tonight, Dom. If there's no hours posted, I look for residentials. I look for houses around because in the middle of the night you're running around with flashlights, someone's gonna see you.
Yeah.
So I always look for that. I try to avoid places that have houses all around, or somewhere centralized. But if you can't, I always contact. Like I saw Alicia said, contact a local law enforcement.
Yeah,
And
I was going to
ask.
mention that too. Yeah.
And ask. Here's the thing, guys. It's always okay to ask. A lot of people, I don't know why they don't want to get police involved, but it's okay to ask. Because who knows?
Yeah.
They may just say, you know what? Yeah, sure, go for it. Or they may say no. You could also get permits. I don't know how it is up in your way, but there
No,
are
you wouldn't be able to
certain.
do that here.
Okay, because I know there are certain places that would be able to get permits for investigating. I know in San Diego we had one. It was kind of cool. But all it was basically I shouldn't really say it's permit. It's more like a certificate that
Okay.
you show that it's like, hey, the police know you're there for that reason, blah blah blah. But the more interaction you have with your local law enforcement, the better off you are.
There you
Because
go.
then they'll just show up and be like, "Is everybody okay? Yeah, cool." Instead of get over here, license, registration, all that good stuff. No, you don't want that type of attention.
Yeah.
Have
And Tanner's right.
communication.
Tanner's right. Tom's right. And
Mhm.
Chrissy is also right. The worst they can say is no. So you
Yeah,
move on to something else, There's a
yeah.
lot of places for you to go out there. But again, and I know Dom said it earlier, Mount Royal Cemetery is on the haunted list.
Mhm.
I'd love to go in there, but again, I just not big on the whole cemeteries.
Yep. And the other thing is most cemeteries have an office. Go there and ask the office for permission. There's always a groundskeeper or somebody. Just ask them. Say, hey, here's who I am. Here's a business card, which is always another good thing to have on you is a business card with all your contact information, and just ask. And if they say yes, they don't mind, then call the local authorities and say, hey, just want to let you folks know I have it all set up with such and such from over here. Here's their contact information if you want to validate it. I have permission to be at this location at this time, and I'll be there from time A to time B. If you have any issues, please feel free to approach, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Or if it becomes a problem, I'll be happy to leave. Work with them.
Exactly.
Work
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah. So they don't bother you. Like I was at when was this? It was about a year ago. Yeah, I'll be coming up on a year ago. I was over at a place called Ghost Road, and we've talked about this, Matt. I had two cops stop, and they were asking what we were doing, and they thought it was really cool. And they asked us if we caught anything, and then they started telling us stories about the about the where we were, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
great. It was great. What
Oh
was
yeah.
that? You can even have a paper typed and signed by the
Yeah.
place. I thought, yeah, you can do that as well.
I've done that. I've gone to certain places and just had just a piece of paper with a written agreement saying I was going to go in from this time to this time. And some of them even say, you know what, you're very professional about it. Don't even worry about the times. They've crossed it out, and they just said, just give me a heads up. Just call
Yeah.
ahead. Let us know. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, great.
And that's when, and that again, that's getting back to what I said at the beginning. It's about planning. It's about like Dom wrote up about a contract. It's that kind of stuff. If you want to get into these type of places, you need to be thinking about this.
100%.
And but let's both agree. I think we can both agree that a lot of investigators go to abandoned places without doing any of that stuff. and that's when you have to be careful.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you go, like I've been to some cemeteries or I've been to some abandoned buildings that have basically no owners.
Yeah.
I have gone to the local either historical society. I've gone to City Hall. I've gone because here's the thing: a lot of those records are public. I don't know how it is in Canada, but I know here in the States they're public records. They can show who owns that property, and it's up to you whether you want to get in contact with them if they even have contact information. But there again, you can look it up, and most of the time Google has something.
Yeah, for sure.
Which makes things so much easier than what it was back when I first started.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
always ask. And even if the record says, we don't have anybody that owns it, really? Well, I got $20. I've actually seen that. They've actually you pay for back taxes and you got a piece of property. You got an abandoned piece of property. You walk in for permission. You leave with ownership. I've heard about that happen too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I was telling you about that little town here in Pennsylvania. We were talking about the thing with Parapost about moving forward and different things, and a lot of them are up for back taxes, which is maybe $200-300. You can get a whole house for just back taxes. It's great.
Mm.
Let's see. Thanks, Joe. We try. Chris says also about intent and respect. Absolutely, and it's not just
Yeah.
for the spirits too; it's for the general public as well.
So, and I think it's important to point out as well
Mhm.
that sometimes the reason they don't want you to go into these abandoned places is because of insurance reasons as well. If you get hurt,
Mm-hmm.
they can be sued.
Yup.
So, and that's like, for example, there's another place I'd love to get into, but unfortunately it's closed and it's boarded up. But I'd love to get in there, but you can't go in there because because of the mold, and two, it's because of insurance purposes.
Yeah.
They're not covered.
Yeah.
And if you get injured, they're the ones that are going to be paying for it, and they do not want to pay for that. For sure. Like you might be like I might go in there and get hurt, but if I'm with somebody that I took and gets hurt, he can turn around and sue that person that owns the place. So it's there's it may sound like a lot that what we're saying, and I guess it kind of is, isn't it? After you say everything, so
It is, but it's for the right reasons. And here's the thing, folks. And here's the thing: if it's all about reputation, and I'm not talking about in the field. I'm talking in the general community. A lot of communities, like where I'm from, look down on the paranormal. If you start presenting yourself professionally, respectfully, and you actually give a damn, it'll open up more opportunities for you, your team, and other to get into some of these places. Because who knows? Maybe you get into, like, say, an abandoned building that you can get into. It's structurally sound, whatever. Just people just never thought about investigating it. You get in, you get a great piece of evidence. Who knows? Maybe the owner has a little want to join the field or a curiosity, and you just spark that. And next thing you know, you've got a site.
yeah, and you know what? And I like what I don't know who said it earlier, but somebody said intent and respect. Oh, it was Chrissy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Now,
think it's
if you're
Chrissy.
going out to locations that you've gotten permission, and let's say it's a business that's still open, like a museum or something like that, if you go in there with the respect that you should be giving, word travels very, very, very quickly in this field that we had somebody come in here that was so respectful towards us, the establishment, the spirits, whatever. Word travels very, very fast that if you call another place and say, listen, I investigated this place, I'd love to investigate your place. Sometimes they might even call that place to find out about you. So it's very important that you walk into a place the way you walked into it is the way you should be walking out of it.
Yup. Which
Because
is
I know, and I know a lot of investigators that have walked into a place and have treated it like crap, and they've gotten themselves a bad name, and other locations won't let them in. And then they end up having to go to cemeteries and abandoned buildings because nobody will let them in their business. So
and
that's important.
And before we go on our quick commercial break, I just want to. Somebody else came into the room. Another great team. Bad to the Bone. What's up, Angelina? How are you tonight? If you guys haven't already, go check them out. Seriously, they put out
definitely.
some really good evidence, great videos. And another Canadian. Hello, Donna.
Donna.
How are you?
We were talking about Donna last night, actually.
Yeah. Get it recorded. Yeah, that's why
Donna,
we write stuff down.
Why didn't you not tell me about your friend Judy?
Oh. Well, fuck. But absolutely.
Mark gave me that information.
Awesome.
Mark Lee gave me that information. I will let you say.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, guys, but don't go anywhere because the next thing I want to talk about is the locations themselves. A lot of new teams, whenever they come on, they don't know where to go. They just think about just going to, I don't know, cemeteries. But there's some other places that you can look at as well. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. In the meantime, hang out, relax, and listen to the P3 video. And also share this out. So we'll be right back.
Definitely share this out.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we collide with stress and negativity. We always let it slide. It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Now roll back time, tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time. That's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done. But you all know full well that we only just begun.
Yeah.
We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no, we don't cut and run. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Now I could tell you stories that'll make your head spin. But like I said, straight, thick or thin, there's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done.
Welcome back, guys. I don't know what it is. I was telling Brian about this before the show. These new songs, I'm just sitting here just like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Is that from Facebook Creator Studio?
Yeah.
Where the songs are very limited on what you're going to put in your videos.
Yeah, but it's enough to keep you busy, though. I downloaded, I
Yeah.
think, about 200-300 songs.
Oh wow, really?
Oh, yeah. And then they
Okay.
have a bunch of sound effects, too, which I'm going to let the Para crew find out about that on Wednesday. But
Okay, there you go.
oh, I had some fun. I was like, ooh, sound effects. Yay. I have my own soundboard now. So watch out, Emmy. But no, we were talking about some things. But before we get into about locations, we actually had somebody, Nikki, actually messaged me privately. She's wanting to know if you have any photos of that little girl that went missing on the bridge. I'm assuming it's from.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I will take a look. I've actually tried to look in police reports and stuff like that, but unfortunately it doesn't go that far back. So if I'm able to find something, I will send it to you, Nikki. Is that that's butter chicken, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then
Put the
we
lotion
have.
away. Lurkers in the room.
Yeah, I was
Uh-oh.
getting there. Which actually, you know what? Screw it. We Squeakers and I were talking before the show too. Apparently, Lurker's coming out with some ice pops.
No.
Lurker ice pops. Well,
Really?
he doesn't know. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
Oh shit! But
You're trying to make it NC, aren't you?
it is. I don't.
But I know it is, but
It's
you're
supposed to
trying
be.
to make it NC when you keep on saying those swear words at the end.
Well, I mean, I cuss normally. I'm just
Okay.
not. I'm just not used to it yet on camera. And I
It's
think
weird, eh? It's
it
weird.
is. It is. The petri dish is starting to break me of that, but
Oh, okay. Well,
but the
that's
problem
that
the
could be a good thing or
the
a bad thing.
problem is though is when I go on like the para crew, it's like, well, oh, can't say that. Okay,
Yeah.
here I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck. But I love it. I love it. It's more me being me because being a sailor and even a veteran, like we
Yeah.
cuss all the time. We cuss all the time.
Yeah, I don't cuss that much, but if I am, it's usually in private. If I've done something like I've hurt myself or something like that, then I'll swear. But generally, overall, I don't swear that much. to be honest.
Unless I'm in church or around my daughter, I usually keep it pretty mellow.
Mm.
But out in public, fuck that.
Okay. There is a time where I really. It's usually when I get off the phone with my ex-wife. That's when I'll swear.
I used to start praying in Latin. What is it? The Saint Christopher. I don't know. One of the exorcism prayers. I think it's in my notes here.
Oh, I
Did
get
Lex-
off the phone. I start doing this.
Did Lex say about it? I don't know. It's not in the through the lens notes. I don't know. But I still.
Yeah, for me, it's like, oh my god, calm down. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because if my ex would call me, I'd be like my daughter's mom. She'd call me. I'd go, "How bad do I need this phone?" No,
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
You'll be thankful when your daughter hits 18 because then you'll never have to talk to your ex-wife again.
Well, fuck, I do. No, she doesn't have custody. She doesn't. My daughter stays with my parents.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she really has. When I say minimal interaction, she has minimal because she always has an excuse for not seeing her. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But she's a bitch.
Okay. 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 That was good.
The truth is out there. No.
Yeah, the truth does. Sometimes the truth is necessary.
Well, I told everybody I would never lie. She's a bitch. But
Yeah.
I'm just dumbing it down.
Well,
for a
let's
lot of
not
people.
forget though. You did marry her.
No, not my ex. My ex-wife, yes, but my daughter's mom. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't tie that news.
Okay.
That would have been
Okay. What is that? St. Michael at the
I'll screenshot this. Hold on. There we go. Maybe I'll just start if she ever calls me, I'll start off with this. What are you fucking talking about? Shut the fuck up.
I actually kind of like that. That's a good one, Angelina.
I'll just,
Yeah, I like
you know
that.
what? I'll just call her up or have her when she calls me. I'll just start with that prayer. What are you doing? Shut up, or I'll call Zach. And what? Just shut up, demon.
Yeah. Wow. If I said that to my ex-wife, she'd be going, "Okay, what the hell's wrong with you?" And my ex-wife is a Catholic, by the way.
See, my ex-wife, not my daughter's mom, but my ex-wife, she knows I'm insane. And Mackenzie, I mean, yeah, she knows. She lives with me. She knows. She knows I'm nuts. Listen.
Jesus, take the wheel. I do like that. What's that? What's her name again that sings that song?
Is it Taylor Swift?
No. The country singer. What's her name?
Yeah. I think
Somebody in
Taylor
here
Swift.
knows it. Taylor Swift's not country.
Yeah, she is. She was.
Taylor Swift is not country.
She
She's
started
pop.
off.
She's pop. Who's the one that says that,
She's a bitch.
sings that song? I forget her name. She's actually married
I
to
don't fucking
the
know.
hockey player that used to play for Nashville.
I thought it was Taylor Swift. I don't know. Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood. There you go.
See, that's the
They
thing.
should have made that a contest.
Speaking of, nobody has signed up for the trivia, the Paracrew trivia on Wednesday.
What is that trivia?
So basically, all it is just 5 simple questions about the show for the month of August. You answer as many questions right as you can, you get free shit from Maglite.
Well,
Get
I'm
free
always
brand new
watching your
Maglites.
shows. I'm always watching your shows, so I could probably answer those questions.
Probably. The hardest question: what the fuck is wrong with Matt? Nobody knows. You're right, but
It's all
would
that.
say just-
It's all that. It's all that. It's. I can't even spit this out. It's all those energy drinks. That's the problem.
now I got to keep my blood up. Everybody we have
Listen,
a blood
if
alcohol.
if they're taking blood from your veins, and they say, Matt, we're actually getting the actual energy drink in the vial of blood, that is a bad thing.
Actually, true story.
I know it's true. That's why I said it.
For those of you playing at home, I actually just got done with this infection I've been dealing with for 9 years, an oral infection. I had abscess and everything. A long story. Anyway, went into the hospital the one night because I had some real bad swelling. It was terrible. They took blood. Short version, they came back and they said they found some unusual markers. And I was like, really? I was like, well, I have a little bit of medical background. I was like, what do you see? And they were telling me about it, and I'm holding one of my energy drinks. I went, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And I showed it to
drinking
him.
Get this. People, this is right. What you're hearing. He's actually in the hospital drinking an energy drink, and the doctor's telling him that we actually found the energy drink through your bloodstream. That is not a good thing. And I will say this: when you said earlier, I missed the second part. You said oral, and I was thinking, what did I just? I missed the infection part.
$20 is $20.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an expensive field.
Wow. If it's in like I used to have like I love my Monster. I loved Monster, and I would have at least one a day. And it just got to the point where I know you're way past that. Like I was having one a day, but the problem was if I wasn't having one the next day around the time that I normally have them, I would start getting a headache.
Yep. Very habit for me. And actually, you'll be happy to hear this. Well, you'll be okay with it.
You cut down?
I have.
Good for
This
you.
one's number 3 for the day. 3.
Wow.
Usually
Even
I have
that's
3
too
before
many.
noon. You know,
You need
Baby
to cut it
steps.
down to one every other day.
baby steps.
That's
I don't know. They need to start
Yeah,
making a
no.
bigger can. They need to start making a bigger can like the Monster BFCs. Just get one big like keg of it. I'll be good. I'll have one a day. Jonathan Myers, my brother.
I'm gonna need you to get it together. Abs back down on those, Matt.
We'll talk about that in a second. But
That's a big.
But,
Yeah, you're right, Tanner. That is a big reduction
it
from
is.
having 12 a day.
I've had only
Like, how
3.
can somebody? I'm surprised. You know, every time I hear you say how many you drink, I'm thinking of. I'm picturing you on a ceiling fan, spinning.
If it's an investigation, leave me.
Yeah.
If I'm doing it just because, still just leave me. It's just my process. But no, if you guys didn't, I don't know if you saw it, but Jonathan had a great show yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it.
Absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't, head over to Crossover Paranormal Society on YouTube, Facebook, all over the place. He's on Parapost as well. But he had an absolutely amazing show with 5, if you want to include Shasta, amazing women.
I didn't watch the
Absolutely
whole show,
amazing.
but I watched a lot of it.
And if you stay till the end, you get to see me.
Yeah.
So
You
stop
The
at
guy's
the end.
everywhere.
Would you call me a podcast whore? Yeah, you're right.
No, I never called you that.
Didn't you? I thought you did.
No,
Somebody
I
did.
never ever call you that.
Somebody did. I don't know.
It was an
came
awesome
from somewhere,
show.
but I agree.
Yep. It was
But
an
was
awesome show. I went on Mark's show last night after he was on Through the Lens, and we had a blast there. And then right after that, I go down, I open my Facebook, and Matt is now on Jonathan Meyer's show. So he went from Through the Lens to Wolfpack, and then to Jonathan Meyer's.
And in my defense, I was given the links and I was left unsupervised. But
Yeah.
but no, it was nice. And the reason why I like hopping on like that, I know we're on a tangent, but fuck it, don't care.
Yeah.
This will just give us more topics for later. But I just like to support everybody in any way I can. And if somebody gives me a link, that to me is saying they want me there. It's an invitation.
Yeah, I get it.
Unless it's like Lurker's show or Creepy Cryptids, then they can just fucking deal with it because I have access. They use my account.
There you go. There you go.
See,
there you go. I've been on a lot of shows in a day too. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it seems like if Matt is not on a show, he's doing his own live.
Probably
with nobody on. It's just making an announcement or something exciting's coming up or something like that.
Or I'm just sitting
which
in
is
front
no
of my
problem. I
camera.
think it's great. I think it's great what you're doing. It's just you're everywhere.
And see what people don't know is when I'm not on a show and I got nothing to do, I'm just in front of this camera in StreamYard. Just don't hit the live button.
Hoping somebody's going to send you a link, right?
Just keep refreshing my messenger. Come on, people! I got messenger up. I've got my
send me a link. One day I'm just going to send you a link. I'm going to send you a link, and you're going to click on it. There's nothing there.
That would be the thing. You just send me a link, and it's for nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're not there. No one's there. I'm just sitting there.
And I agree with Raymond here and what he's saying. And what I always say, good people don't make history.
Nope. Nope. See, I like to make waves, but it's a matter of which type of waves am I making? Am I making good waves or bad waves? Me, I just like a mix right in between. Just enough to irritate some people, but enough that will bring some people up. I think that's fun. But let's see. There was something else. Somebody said something else. Oh, I want to talk about what Chrissy said. Something about my abs and get it.
I think she made a spelling
and
error.
Back down on those. Okay. Well, I was going to say
Matt's abs are on his back.
Not wrong. See, here's the thing. Here's what I have to say about that. Like everyone always says about a 6-pack. Like, don't you want to be back in the military and have a 6-pack? I was like, I never had a 6-pack in the military. I firmly believe in a keg because there's more for everybody. So I carry a keg. Nobody brings a 6-pack to a party. You bring a keg to a party.
That's true.
6-packs or so.
There you go. You're right. Raymond's right. Back abs.
Look at Tanner. Look at Tanner.
I can help with that. You want to lose weight. You want to lose weight. Tanner's your man.
It's funny. I've always said this. If I wanted to lose like an insane amount of weight, I'd just take a bunch of laxatives.
Okay, it does not work that way.
In my mind, it does, and that's the way I'm.
You, my friend, you need to do a calorie deficit. That is what you need to do.
Well, let's see. How many calories are in here? 220.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tanner, please. Calorie deficit, my friend, is what you need to do. That is the only way you're going to lose weight.
Yeah, but to be completely honest, 100% true. Even when I was in the military, I watched what I ate. I exercised regularly. Didn't really do the gym thing, but I did a lot of like running, push-ups, sit-ups. A lot of like Tanner knows about the
Again,
Spartan.
and I get that, but those are things. Even if you're doing that stuff, yes, you're going to lose a little bit of weight, but calorie deficit is the way to go when you're trying to lose weight. That's really the only, like, all these weight, like, diets and all that stuff, they do not work. And to be perfectly honest, if you go on a diet, I guarantee once you get off that diet, you are going to gain the weight back and probably even more.
See, I don't know. I'm not denying what you and Tanner are saying. I feel backed into a
Yep,
corner.
calorie deficit 100%. I'm telling you.
I don't know. Like, I just haven't. Like, I've maintained my weight. I've maintained where I've been at, and would I like to be a little bit lighter? Wouldn't we all? But I have.
But you know what? Like,
I don't know.
honestly, sorry, Matt, for cutting off, but
No.
honestly, there are so many free apps out there right now that you can download and really take a good look, or really measure what you need to do to lose weight. Some of those apps out there are incredible. You just put in what your meal schedule is every day, what the calorie is, and the more you lose weight, the more you lose weight, obviously, you know what a calorie deficit is. I'm sure everybody in here knows.
Mhm.
So there's so many great apps out there that you can download, that you can do your step-by-step guide. And there you go, MyFitnessPal. And you could probably lose the weight like that. I don't know if Tanner's going to agree with me on this, but there's another good way if you want to lose weight. And I don't know if Tanner's going to agree with me on this, but when I started on really, really getting into fitness and stuff like that and working out, the first month before I started working out, I was drinking lime and water all day and every day.
I've heard that.
And I don't know if people know this in the room. I'm sure Tanner does, but in lime there are over 250 vitamins. Not vitamins. What's the word I'm looking for? 250. What's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, Tanner. 250. Well, I guess you could say vitamin. I don't want to say vitamins, but anyways, there's you put that in. You like put 3 or 4 pieces of the lime in the water and drink it all day, every day and all day. And I guarantee the first 3 days you're gonna piss like a racehorse. You really are, because sometimes a lot of this fat is not necessarily fat; it's water. It's water in your body, and you're just gonna piss all that stuff out. And I lost most of the weight loss from Poop Fit is water weight. Yeah, there
you go.
And
Perfect
and you can definitely lose a lot of weight that way. The word I was looking for was vitamins. 250 vitamins in lime or lemon, and just put like 3 or 4 quarters in there and just drink it all day and every day. So yes, and that's true. It also curbs your appetite as well.
I was trying to think of how to segue this back into the paranormal, but actually I think it's a good point. There actually is something for this. In the paranormal, we obviously focus on a lot of the spiritual side, protecting ourselves mentally. But a lot of people forget it's also physically demanding too.
Yeah.
Going to these locations, stairs, standing on your feet for hours on end, being in the elements, cold, heat, rain, no matter what, you have to be able to take care of yourself. Ooh, maybe that's an idea. Maybe instead of doing like an exercise program, I'll just investigate more. But fuck it. But did I freeze?
No.
Okay, I thought I froze for a second.
No.
No.
But no, I think that a lot of us forget about the physical aspects of this field too. And stuff like these diets and, being healthy, exercising, even if you are a little on the heavier side, going for a short walk, getting used to it, getting used to that motion and that being out and being up and down and all that stuff. You have to think about that as well.
Mm.
Because I know, think about, you talk about Waverly. I was speaking about Waverly earlier to, I think, Steven. And there's at least how many floors? If you're going to investigate a place like that, or Trans-Allegheny, Eastern State Penitentiary, Gettysburg, of all things, you can't drive through the middle of the battlefield. You have to walk a lot of these places.
Yeah.
You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. There's,
Hydration, eating.
yeah, for sure. For sure. There's one place I go to. I've been a couple of times. It's called Burwash Prison. And basically, it's a 4.5 hour drive, which is tiring. Like, you wouldn't think that's tiring, but it is. 4.5 hour drive. And then on top of that, I have to walk 45 minutes to an hour to the location.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you're doing the investigation. It's a big prison.
Yep.
So you're walking everywhere in this big prison. Yeah. So being healthy in this industry is very important. And a healthy lifestyle in general is important. So
Yeah, and even
and
like
you smoke and
I've
you
been cutting
drink.
back on that too, by the way.
Yeah.
I've been cutting
And
back.
you also vape.
Only on the show, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but is the vape got nicotine in it?
No, I think Mackenzie took all mine.
Oh,
The ones down here, honestly, actually, where is hers? No, this is my
there
CBD.
you go. I like that. I
My
like that,
CBD
Tanner.
one. This
You
one
should
doesn't
do
have
an
it.
episode on physical protections and the health for the paranormal.
That is an idea. Definite idea.
Yeah.
You should know better to give me ideas. but no, the battleship, even, like, that was a workout.
Yeah.
And it going up and down these stairs or ladder wells, it's physically demanding. Uh-oh.
Oh no, I'm not picking on Matt.
This is normal.
I'm not picking on him. I'd never pick
It's
on
constructive.
Matt. I'm joking around with Matt.
It's constructive.
It's joking around.
No, see, that's the thing, and that's one thing I really love about working with Bryan and everybody over at Paralinks and the P3 program, is we can pick on each other, have fun, mess around, and it's all out of love. I know they care about me. I know it's not anything malicious intended.
Yeah.
And if they did, well, don't care anyway.
And you know what? And that is and we've talked about this before. That's the problem with Messenger and texting and all those different things, because sometimes things can get misconstrued that you don't necessarily mean. And if you're joking around and somebody else might not take it as a joke, that's why I prefer talking on the phone or video or face to face, to be honest. So it happens. It happens to everyone.
So Ashley wants to know, and this will be our last question of the night, guys, because we're already hitting the hour-and-a-half mark. Do you think people are more in tune with things paranormal too when they are more healthy? I think that they are less distracted, because I have seen some people, no offense to them, that are overweight, that are, get tired very easy. I had an investigator who would walk about 20 feet and be winded, like he just ran a marathon. And
yeah, I know a few of them. I know a few investigators that just sat down during their whole investigation because they can't stand up.
I think it distracts them, and nothing against them, because I know a lot of them are great investigators. It's just,
that's true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very, very true.
You get used to it.
Thanks, Chrissy. Chrissy's already figured me out.
Shut the fuck up, Raymond.
Oh my god.
He's a fucking twig compared to my fat ass. But no, and see, again, guys, out of love. But no, I think that I don't want to say physically fit. I want to say confident and comfortable, knowing your limits. I think that is where you should be for a paranormal investigation. If you know your limits, like, if you know you have bad knees, bad back, or whatever, don't walk up 30 flights of stairs in one shot. Don't say I'll start on the top floor. No, work your way up. Go to the first floor, second, then work your way up. Don't just automatically
Well,
run.
here's a good question for you. Why did they have bad knees?
Well, like for me, I have neuropathy. I have neuropathy in
Yeah.
both my knees.
And
So
why?
they're saying it's probably the military overuse.
Yeah.
So my
Okay.
nerves are basically kicking my ass. But
Has nothing to do with your weight.
no, actually,
You're a big
believe it or
boy.
not,
You're a big boy.
believe it or not, most people, most
And
doctors
that's
have
not
said
saying
that
bad. I'm not saying.
no,
Let
no,
me
no,
make
no,
this clear. I'm not saying anything bad.
no, 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 no,
No, I'm not.
and I don't
I'm
take it.
not.
I don't take it as
And
that.
you know why? Because and I hate to say it, and I know Tanner's going to agree with me. The
Mhm.
reason is because you drink way too many energy drinks.
I'm
And
down to
that's what's
3.
causing your weight problem.
Oh, I
by
know.
the way.
Well, it's that amongst some other things that I know I
Yeah.
do need to change. I know the smoking again doesn't help.
Tanner has offered his hand to you
Mhm.
about helping you accomplish your weight goals.
I
Why
think
don't you take him up? Why don't you take him up on it?
I'm actually. I got to pick on Tanner since he's going to pick on me, and then I'm going to say what I had to say. But says the guy who sent me whiskey for my birthday. But
Who, Tanner did?
he said he did. I'm still waiting for it, but he said he was going to send me whiskey. But I think of more of, instead of extending the hand out, if you've seen NCIS, more of a Gibbs slap in the back of the head between
Okay.
you and Tanner, just both at the same time, just Gibbs slapping me in the back of the head.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I'm at the gym. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, I'll be at work.
Yeah,
But
lots of therapy. And you know what? Sometimes that's true too.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people out there that eat because of boredom. They're depressed. They're depressed because they're overweight.
Yep.
And they eat more. There's a lot of factors in that. So, but why don't we continue with the paranormal stuff before we have to go?
Yeah.
So,
no, it's just the bottom line is we need to think of every aspect of the field.
Yes.
We need to think
Yes.
of, our mental state and our physical state. Don't, if you've got issues, with your knees, well, no matter what it is, don't sit there and do a freaking marathon. Don't do a huge battlefield. Don't do a really big building. Start off small. Go to a cemetery, somewhere flat, and
Yeah.
take your time. Or even, I know there's a couple cemeteries around here you can drive through. Just go row by row. Just drive up around, check it
Yeah.
out, and take your time.
Yeah.
I've seen too many people go to like some of these bigger buildings. Like when I went to the Queen Mary, they wanted to start out on the far end of the ship. It's like, why? Why would you do that? They're like, well, what do you mean? I said, by the time you get down there, you're going to spend another half hour, 20 minutes just collecting yourself. You're going to be tired
Yeah.
out. You're going to be sitting there breathing heavy, sweating. Who knows what else? Just
Yeah,
take care.
my suggestion, if you're going to be starting in this field and you want to experience your first investigation, I would suggest going to a cemetery, and maybe if you have a voice recorder, you have your camera. You don't need to buy any equipment right now. Just everybody has a voice recorder on their phones. Just go out and do a voice recording and see if you like it. If you pick something up, great. And if you think you want to do it more, then do it more. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out and suggest going to a haunted location and paying $1,500 for that location. You're walking away, you never captured anything, and you go and screw this. You know what I mean? So I would definitely suggest starting out small and then working towards bigger locations once you
absolutely.
had some experience, for sure.
Absolutely. And honestly, if you like you said, pay $1,500 for a big location, especially just starting out, what if you get in and you realize you don't like it? You don't like the field. You don't
Yeah,
like what you're
exactly.
doing. And actually,
What about
we're
light
actually
balls and REM pods?
actually I'm going to hold off on that question until next week, because that was going to be my topic for next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern is equipment. Starting
Cool.
out equipment. And I'm going to have some more special co-hosts. They're not even going to be guests. I've decided on something. People I have up here, they're going to be hosting with me. They're not going to be guests. They're just going to be co-hosts.
because guest implies that you're just going to be asked questions. No, I want to hear everyone's mindset and your thoughts and your opinions on it. So they're going to be co-host.
I'm interested in who this person is.
Same.
If you just want to shout out your name there, if you could, because I'm
Real
also
quick.
from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to see some other
Yep.
Torontonians in here, or Canadians in general.
I actually, hold on one second. Let me get a. Okay, so sorry, I had to one of my employees.
Okay.
He's asking me for a ride. It's raining, and he has to walk, and I'm like, yeah, just give me a minute.
Of course.
But he doesn't need to be at work, and actually, he can't be late because boss. So
There you go.
but
I'd like to have Matt for a boss.
actually, to be completely honest, I'm a freaking prick.
No, you're not.
As a boss, I am. I don't put up with
See, there you go.
BS.
Yes, us
But,
Canadians are cool.
Literally,
And
you
we're
guys are more
also in
north.
cool weather, too.
See, you're more north, so you have to be cool. But yeah, Facebook user, whoever you are, I don't know. You know, if I'm hoping that would be Don Vick, but that's for another story.
Uh-oh. I see something brewing in 2023 with
I'm
Mr.
planning-
Vic.
Victor's. We're gonna control Boston. That's all I'm gonna say. But listen.
See, there you go. See, I could too.
That's Donna?
It's Donna.
Huh. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can talk. We can always talk. Everyone's welcome. But before we go tonight, just want to say thank you, Brian, for joining me, brother. I always enjoy chatting
Thanks,
with
man.
you. It's always a pleasure.
I
Always a lot of
appreciate
fun.
you asking me to come on, and it was a lot of fun. We talked about various different things. Some things not paranormal, but I
Definitely ain't
always love
normal.
being on a show with you. You guys,
Likewise.
you know that, and everybody else in the room. Thanks for coming in and saying all those wonderful comments. And time for me to go.
Chat has been absolutely amazing tonight. You
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
been
freaking
great.
awesome. And again, if you haven't already, head over to globalghosthunt.com. Sign up today because, again, spots are limited. So,
It is Donna.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, Donna. Why did you not tell me about this Judy person? Mark told us last night.
Gene, if there's actually a lot of people, if you go to parapost.net or go to your Android or iOS store and download Parapost, looks like that. Completely free to sign up and join. You can meet other teams and groups from all over the world, including Virginia. There's actually a couple
Yes.
down in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Great people as well. So definitely go check them out. But if anybody knows of any close or quicker, by all means, right there you go. But seriously, head over to globalghosthunt.com if you're interested in joining. Do it soon because, like we said, spots are limited. And as always, I want to thank, obviously, Parapost, Brian, for letting us stream on Parapost Network Central. Head over there for this show, plus many other amazing shows. And while you're also on Facebook, head over to Paralinks. You will not regret it. They have a lot of different channels, pages. Paralinks 1, 2, 3, Paralinks Plus.
I think it's Paralinks 1, Paralinks 2, and Paralinks Plus.
Yep. So definitely go check them out, follow them, all that great stuff because, you won't regret it.
Mystical Raven.
Thank you. Much love to you guys. But yeah, always a fun time. You always have something fun to watch. So that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. And if you haven't already, come check out WTF Is That Reaction Network tomorrow with our boy Lurker. Let's just say the Para-Crew has something special for our boy Carlos. He's going to be in for a treat. And then Wednesday, don't forget about the Para-Crew podcast. 7 p.m. Eastern time, we got none other than the drunken tickler himself, Brian James. He's got a bunch of new things to say and talk about, and you know, with him, it's always a fun show.
I know he's a great guy.
I love him. So you know what? I decided to actually keep my outro, my saying. I don't know. I like it.
Cool.
It
Yeah,
fits.
why not?
So,
What the hell?
all
Good
right,
night,
guys.
everyone.
All right, y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe, and as always, happy hauntings.